guys? It's DJ Santana. I am exhausted. Wait, am I? Hello? Did I press the right button? Oh, there we go. I am so tired. Another Thursday. Week is done. I've done a million bajillion things. It's almost my birthday. I'm almost 24. Thinking about time. I don't know. We all have these ideas of what we want our lives to be by the time we're 24, 25. And does it ever pan out? I don't think so, because if you had asked me at 16, okay, well, if you had asked me at 16, if you had asked me where I would be now between the ages of 13 and 16, I would have told you with a straight face, not on this earth. So, maybe after all that I went through, maybe if you had asked me then where I thought I would be now, I'd tell you. Actually, I think I'd say that I'd be doing something similar to this. I'd be on the radio, talking, being annoying. Well, actually, maybe I have achieved all my goals. That's great. You know, hindsight's 2020. We have a great show for you guys. We have some awesome questions. Today is going to kind of be a relationship-y kind of show, because most of the questions we got were relationship-related. And I know usually I do a lot of relationship questions just because that's what you guys want to know about. But I don't know. This week I'm very much in, a love mood. I don't know. I have a new crush. Let's not get into what he looks like. Actually, let's not. Because my friends are going to listen to this. They're going to bully me. Bullies. But, yeah. Today, I was like, I'm going to see him. And if he doesn't tell me anything, I'm not going to tell him anything. I'm just not even going to interact. And he apparently read my mind and took that as a challenge. And was like, you know what? I'm going to pretend that Santana doesn't even exist. And he did. And that's so cute. Love that so much. So today is going to be our relationship episode. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask, you need answers to, if you know how to reach out to me, reach out to me. Or just go onto my Instagram, santana.perales, and you can ask me there. There should be a story post with a little question set up. So please, by all means, ask me your questions. Coming up, we got some Caliuchis, we have some Ari Lennox, and we have some Doja Cat. You're listening to Moonlit Vibes with DJ Santana, only on Vaquero Radio, the Valley Student Station. I feel like getting murdered wouldn't be fun, but what do I know? Anyway, that is a promo for one of the amazing shows that we feature here at Vaquero Radio. Feel free to check us out. We have shows every single day of the week. You don't have to just listen to me on Thursday. There is a whole number of shows of varying topics. All right, let's hop into questions. Hold on. If you had. Sorry. What am I? Where's... can't find anything. Okay, our first question. What should I do with the guy I'm interested in? So, the person that sent in this question, I do already know a little bit of context about it. It's one of those things where I have always been and will always be the type of girl that as soon as I'm into someone, there's literally nothing I can do. I'm into them and I'm going to run in at them full force. Just let it go. I can't. There's nothing else I can do. But then again, not everyone's like me, unfortunately. We can't all just run at it full force. And I do know that this person has been in the situation where they do have to be the only person that is seemingly putting all the effort into a relationship. And girly, with this guy, if it's not giving, it's not giving. Sometimes we develop crushes and we're just oh my god, maybe something could happen. But this was told to me today, and it has been told to me a number of times, and I think it's very true. If a guy is into you, you will know. You shouldn't have to question it. You should know. Let's see what the tarot says. Okay, Okay, so you have the Three of Swords reversed. Now, the Three of Swords is not a cute vibe, no matter which way. Upwards, downwards, middle upside down. So, unfortunately, this talks a lot about mental alienation, distractions, confusion, loss. However, this is all internal stuff. I feel like what the cards are saying is that whether this guy is interested in you are not at a point where you're ready for that. You have kind of put yourself in a space where your own mind is at these two separate, like, your mind has these two separate ideas of what you want, and neither of them are really lining up with what you want. So there's just so much going on, and you're still dealing with this huge loss, but you're also incredibly distracted by not only this guy but by the rest of your life. And at this point, you've been through this huge upheaval, and now you're just there. And you're not entirely sure what to do, and that's okay. Sometimes we need to allow ourselves to stay in those moments where we don't know what to do, because that's the only thing. That's all we've got. I just I don't know, bestie. I genuinely think that it's just you kind of have to throw your hands up and say, you know what? If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and just let it go. Because you're at this point where you're putting so much on yourself mentally, and you don't even know what's going down, really and truly. So allow yourself those moments to listen to your mind, your heart, your soul, all your body parts. See what's tea. Okay, for our next question, I feel like me and my partner are at a wrong. Wait, what? Oh, right person, wrong time kind of situation. Oh my god, someone else just told me this exact same thing earlier today, actually. What should I do? Okay, I don't believe in the right person, wrong time kind of thing. Like, I do, but I don't. If it's the wrong time, then it's the wrong time, and that's okay. But if it's being a big old thing and you really can't do anything about it, you have to remember that the next time you meet this person, they are not going to be the exact same person that they were now. People change, they develop. Every single person changes throughout the course of their life. You are a billion different people from the time you're born until the day that you are no longer alive. So I don't know. It is what it is. It's really, 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 really hard. If this person is the right person now, you have to remember that you are going to adapt and change with them. Whether you are with them or whether you are not with them. And it is hard and it is frustrating because you can be so in love with somebody and you can think that this is it. This is the most perfect and amazing thing, but then there are just so many things going on around you and it isn't. But then again, there's always going to be a moment where every single thing, the world is never going to stand still for your relationship. It just isn't. But I don't know. If you're both willing to put in the effort, put in the work, see what happens, then good for both of y'all. If you're not, you're not. And it's okay. Sometimes relationships aren't meant to last forever. They're there to teach us, for us to experience them in all their glory. I don't know. As much as I want to say that love will conquer all and all that stuff, because I'm a sappy little romantic in my heart of hearts. I know it doesn't always happen and blah blah blah. Let's see what the cards have to say. So you got the Page of Swords. Reversed. So at this time, you and your partner kind of feel like either your partner feels that you lied or you feel like they lied. Not because they did, but you're just kind of like at a point in your life where you have realized that maybe they're not who you thought they were and you're not who you thought you were. That seems like what the cards are kind of pointing at. Um it just it's okay to realize that you are not the person that you were when this relationship started and maybe they're not. Relationships are hard work. They are a constantly evolving thing, and love is a constantly evolving thing. And I think if you can say, hey, maybe I'm not who I was when we first met, and maybe this isn't the relationship that we were meant to have, it's okay. All right, enough sappiness. let's get into music. Coming up, we got Omar Apollo, we got Church Girl by Beyonce, we have something else. I need to look through the catalog because I always forget what we got. You're listening to Moonlit Vibes with DJ Santana. This is Kamikaze by Omar Apollo. Alright, that was Butter by BTS featuring Megan Thee Stallion. Alright, let's hop back into some questions. Alrighty. Let's see, another relationship question. Ooh, how do I know when is the right time to introduce my newest partner to my friends? No matter what, your friends are probably going to hate your partner because they're your friends and they love you and value you more than anyone else in this world. I do not trust any man that my friends are talking to until it's guilty until proven innocent, TBH. Because those are my girls. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, those are my babies. My children. Like, BFFR. Be frickin' for real. It's, I don't know. I've never in my life, like, not been cautious just because I don't trust men, to be honest. However, even if they're dating women, I will still not trust them. I'm not a naturally trusting person by nature. It could be the childhood trauma, could be a number of things, who knows at this point. However, I think once you're asking yourself the question, it's time, bestie. Like, can't keep playing around it. It's time. They gotta know. They must know. You need to introduce them. Start with pictures. I always do that first. Like, start with a picture. I mean, everyone does, right? But most people, especially men, most men do not photograph well. They will have the ugliest selfies. And that's just how they live. Like, that's just their vibe. That's just how they're, like, living. I do not understand it. I never will. Never have, never will. I hope to never understand it. TBH. But I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like, if you're asking if it's time, it's probably time. Let's see what the cards have to say. Alright, you got the Two of Wands reversed. This talks about wonder and surprise, but also restlessness and a fear of loss and a lot of emotional turmoil. You might have been asking this question for a while and you're worried about losing your friends in this situation. I don't know why you would lose your friends after introducing them to your significant other. I got a list for some reason. But you know your friends. If they're this important to you that you're asking yourself, then you know. I think it's time. They will be surprised. They will be bewildered, apparently. But there also isn't true loss. There's just a fear of loss. You're causing yourself all this emotional turmoil over what might happen. But girl, at this point, just let it happen. Whatever happens, happens. If they hate each other, then you have to ask yourself, like, okay, who's in the wrong? Is it my friends or is it my partner? Because someone's going to be in the wrong. That's all I can say. That's it. That's the only advice I can give because, I mean, bestie, if you're asking yourself, I'm so sorry. If you're asking yourself, it's time. Just allow yourself to be in the moment. Okay, next question. Ooh, okay, here is a good one. How do I broach the subject to my... Oh my god. If I'm giggling, you guys already know it's crazy. I'm trying to see how to word this. Okay. How do I broach the subject to my partner that I feel I have developed a new, let's say, proclivity in the boudoir? I mean, with things like that, I do not know why this thing keeps beeping at me. But with things like that, I'm always of the mind to just, like, be upfront, like be like, hey, so this is something that I think, I may want to try. Let's see what's tea. Depending on what it is, know that your partner may say, hey, I'm not into that at all, or I'm not open to that at all. And maybe in this aspect, you and your partner are not compatible, and that is okay. It is totally understandable. There are some people that are just not into the same things as other people. And this is something that a lot of people listen. If there is one thing that you and your partner just aren't clicking on, it is totally okay to say, you know what? Maybe this isn't the partner for me. Because if there's one thing you guys aren't clicking on, there's probably other things you guys aren't clicking on that you don't even realize. We spend so much of our time trying to create our partners into who they are, and there are some people that are moldable, but like, who has the time to put in all that work? Why do I have to build someone? Crazy. But Sagracia just like speaking. Well, Frankenstein just passed the play. If I'm gonna spend all my time like building a guy, might as well build him from scratch. I don't know. I mean, it's okay to say, "Hi, partner. I'm thinking I might be into this. Would it be possible for us to try it?" Explain, go through, communicate clearly and set clear boundaries. But also be open to the fact that your partner may not be interested in this at all. And do not push too hard, because that makes it weird and creepy. And don't ever do that. That's not cute. Keep it cute. Keep it humble. Let's see what the cards have to say. Oh my god, okay. The Wheel of... Ooh. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. So the Wheel of Fortune reversed talks about setbacks within like relationships. So when things go wrong, when basically I don't think this is going to go the way you want it to. However, this also talks about the fact that you reap what you sow. So it's possible that you have not been as open in this relationship and understanding as you could have been with other situations. And now your partner is not being as receptive as they could be. So it seems what needs to happen is a lot more dialogue. Alright. That was a pretty short, question. A little short question segment. I have some more, but I'm going through because we got a lot of relationship ones, but a lot of them are very similar, and I like to mix it up a little bit, every once in a while, just to see. Just to see. Alright, coming up, we have some Bad Bunny, Benito. We have some Sawati featuring Janae Aiko. We got some Conan Gray. Actually, next we have Back to the Streets by Saweetie and Janae Aiko. I like to say Sawati because that's funny. Then we have some Bad Bunny, El Conejo Malo, and then some Conan Gray. You're listening to Moonlit Vibes, only on Bacata Radio, the Valley Student Station, with your host, with the most, DJ Santana. Hi, hello. Hi. That was Maniac by Conan Gray. Sorry. Brain just turned off. Oh no, come back. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Alright, so, our last question of the day. My hour's coming to an end soon. Alright, last relationship question. This one's going to be a doozy. Ooh, it is going to be a doozy. I didn't read this whole thing. Alright, I think that my partner is being unfaithful in our open relationship and not following the boundaries that we set for ourselves. This is one of those things that everyone is like, this is the horrors of an open relationship. They will just always cheat on you. Bestie, no. There are clear set boundaries. If someone's a cheater, they're going to cheat whether they're in an open relationship or not because they are just nasty little human beings. If you set clear boundaries and they are breaking those clear boundaries, that's it. You have to either close off the relationship or tell them to dip. That's my advice. That's what I would say. That's who I am as a person. But I genuinely think that I just hate the thought of someone doing that to another. Because I just don't. not only could I not be in an open relationship because I'm deeply insecure, but how are you already in an open relationship and then breaking the boundaries that you and your partner already set for yourselves? It's not. It's not right. It just isn't. And anger. Um, I don't know. It's not. It's awful, and I'm so sorry that you're going through this. The only thing I can really say is if they have decided that they are going to break those boundaries and they have made that decision, then that trust it's gonna, if it should ever be back. I'm one of those people that does not believe in bringing the trust back after things like that. But if you are one of those persons that does believe in, coming back from that, then by all means, but it's a conversation that needs to be had. Let's see what the tarot has to say. So you got the Six of Swords removed. This talks a lot about lack of support, unresolved anxieties, a lack of movement. Unfortunately, you're at a point in your life where, well, you're at a point in this relationship where you just don't know what to do, and that lack of movement is going to cause more trouble than it's worth. They've already broken your trust. You can't continue to be in this situation with them because that trust is going to, especially in an open relationship. I'm not an expert in open relationships. Polyamory is not for me, as I've mentioned a number of times. I have deep-seated insecurities, and that's for me and my therapist to figure out. But if that trust is broken and you're at a point where you don't know where to move forward, don't go back. The only way to move on is to move forward. Right now, you feel like you're not supported. There's just nothing, and you have to remember that there are people around you that care about you. Please lean on them. I'm so sorry, bestie. Keep me updated. If you need more advice, I'm here every Thursday at 3. So that was our last question, ending on a kind of a sad note. I'm so sorry. But as always, you can always send me questions. Oh. You can always send me questions through the Radio FX app. I think that they're still getting that fixed, actually. But on my Instagram at Cintina.Perales at Instagram, you can always check me out. And I will be there. I also write for the newsroom at UTRGV. I am their student assistant. So I'm always doing fun stuff on the socials. If you want to see more of me, if you're not tired of my voice, follow my work on TikTok and Instagram and all that good stuff. And you can see what I've written and what I'm doing, the interviews I've done, the funny little TikToks I make. Yeah. But if you do not have any socials and you really have to send a question to me, here's what you're going to do. So, you're going to go into a Walmart right before it closes, when it's at peak liminal space. You're going to go to the aisle with chips. You're going to find a bag of hot Cheetos with lime. This will not work with regular hot Cheetos. You're going to find a bag of hot Cheetos with lime. You're going to go to self-checkout. You're going to purchase it. Then you're going to go into the parking lot, and you're going to throw the bag on the floor and step on it so it pops and the hot Cheetos just fly everywhere. And then a crow will come down and start pecking at the hot Cheetos with lime. Once it picks one up, you whisper your question to the crow, and the crow will bring me the Cheeto and the question. But there has to be hot Cheetos with lime. This won't work with regular hot Cheetos. It won't work with Takis. It won't work with hot fries. Have to be hot Cheetos with lime. And it has to be the full-size bag. No basic bags. The crow will not show up. All right. We have a couple more songs, then I'll be back to say goodbye and play our October song of the month, because ookie spooky. All right, this is Edamame by BB No Money. All right, that's my hour. This is Season of the Witch by Lana Del Rey to close us out. I will catch you all next Thursday on Fakara Radio.